Have you guys ever been drunk before? Well, if you have, perfect video for you. The 7 levels of being drunk. Now, we'll start with the boring one. You're sober. Not a drop of alcohol has hit your system yet. Bone sober, feeling normal. There's no fun in that, is there? So, let's move on instantly to level 2, which is tipsy. Now, maybe you've had your first drink or two. You're feeling a little something but nothing at the same time. You got a little bit of confidence for the night. Now, maybe before this, you weren't really amped up for the night. Maybe you weren't in that zone. Like, you didn't really want to get out there and party a little bit. Like, there's many times like this. I went to a rave twice, actually, this happened. And an hour before I was meant to be there, both times in bed, in the dark, playing Roblox with my girl. There's no way I'm ready to drink that night. But we hopped on the train. As soon as the drink hits our lips, we're ready to go. We're about to live it up, you know? There's no fun in this zone either. This is just the anticipation. Let's move on to level 3. At level 3, you'll find yourself in the drunk zone. Maybe you've had about 4 drinks if we're talking beers or ciders. Maybe 5. We're talking, you're not plastered. You're not stumbling all over the place. You're not slurring your words or anything. You're just drunk. You know you're drunk. You're in that zone. You're ready to go. This is a zone that I'd like to call the pre-drink zone. This is the zone you want to be in before you get to, say, that rave I mentioned earlier. You walk in, ready to go. Now, a lot of things can happen in this stage. You're either staying at this stage for the night and just having a bit of fun with your mate, or this is the part where it starts to get serious. You're about to start that real drinking. If you want to start that real drinking, we'll just move instantly into level 4. Level 4 is what I'd like to call the slur zone. And right hand to God, this is no racial slur or anything I'm on about, okay? Right hand to God. This is the zone where your sentences become a bit less coherent. Like, maybe you're only able to say short things at a time before. Like, if you try and put out a whole video like this, maybe halfway through a sentence you start to go, here's an example. Yo guys, Jinshi Amar here, back with another video, and today we'll talk about nicotine. It'll end up coming out like that. Even now, after doing that, I'm now stumbling my words. This is the best zone to be in my opinion, because you can still get around fine. Say you're at that rave, you're walking through a crowd. It's fine. You're trying to get to the front, enjoy yourself. You don't need to speak. There's loud ass music. Who needs to be having whole conversations at that time? You get to the front, you're only able to say a few things at a time, but that's fine. You're enjoying yourself. You don't have any of that sickness feeling yet, which is the worst zone to get into. Now, that sick feeling I was talking about usually starts at this level. Level 5, which I like to call FPS level. You go from running, your vision being like 8K, 240 FPS gaming PC setup, to now you're on a rundown Xbox 360, blurry vision, low render distance, no knowledge of what's going on around you, 30 FPS, things are looking a bit choppy. This can send your stomach into a bit of that overwhelming, you know, that feeling in your throat you get when something's just stuck? That's the feeling you start to get in this level. This is when the night starts from the last level, having fun, to oh shit, maybe I've had a bit too much. Maybe I couldn't handle all of that. I'm feeling not too good right now. That's not to say though that in this level of being drunk, you can't still have fun. Because if you can get past that sickness feeling, even though you're going to be uncoordinated, you're not going to be able to talk very well, some of the best memories can happen from this time. Being in this level is like the furthest you can push it without going over the edge. Unless you throw up. By then, if you've thrown up in this stage an hour later you're sober, you've ruined your night. Now, let's talk about the level after this, which is not a good zone to go into. Beware of this zone. The zone that I'm talking about here is level 6, blackout drunk. This is a stage where the next day you won't know what's happened. You'll be having to ask people things to piece your night together. This is a stage where you don't even smoke, but you'll be seen outside chain smoking a pack of cigarettes you don't even know where you got them from. You must have just nicked them off someone next to you or something, because you disappear from your friends for about an hour. Next thing they know, they find you 3 blocks away smoking a pack of cigarettes on a street corner, just vibing the fuck out with your JBL speaker playing Fetty Wap. This level, you won't even know what happened. because your friends don't see you the whole time. This takes months to piece together what happened that night. And I have a story of this. New Year's Eve, I drank a bit too much. Pre-gaming with my girl, we were fine. Rocked up, she was drunk, I was drunk as fuck. But I was piecing it together, I was holding it. We're there with my parents, my family. I decide, hey, they want to buy me some drinks? Go ahead. After about 10:30 p.m, I remember midnight, I remember New Year's Eve, apparently I pissed myself. Like, I went to the toilet, my girl had to help me in there because I said I felt sick, and then apparently I said I was going for a piss and never pulled my trousers down. My trousers were wet after that, so the only explanation is I forgot to pull them down. So this level you really don't want to get to, when the next day you're led there still fully clothed in your jeans soaked in piss. You're not going to be having a good time. But that time is the final level of being drunk. Level 7, I'd still classify this a level of being drunk. The hangover, as it's still part of the experience, you know? This is the consequences of your night before. If you got to blackout, you're really not having a good next day. 1st of January was not kind to me. My stomach was upset all day. I was just drinking straight water out of a flask. Cold flask of water, still upset my stomach, trying to figure out what happened the night before. Apparently I was smoking cigarettes outside when I asked in the morning if we still had them. Apparently I smoked them. And this is the worst experience ever because you don't remember shit after a certain amount of time. You'll remember that moment you went to blackout, maybe a few frames in between those 2 hours, and then the end of the night when you're going home. And then all of a sudden you wake up in bed, hungover as fuck. Your head hurts, your throat's dry, your legs hurt, even soaked in piss, from my own experience. Overall, I think that wraps this video up. 7 levels of drunk. They can be fun, don't go too far, because you won't be having a good time. Now if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button with the bell. You know, get notified. I only have one video before this, so might as well get notified when the next one comes out in 2 days. Well, you guys, have a good one. I'll see you in the next one.